In this Cardano update, we're going to look at some fundamentals, have a look at the price and what's going on right now because there's so much uncertainty. And I'm going to look at Djed as well, which is the stable coin that's going to be coming into the Cardano ecosystem. I feel that this is really important because it's a vital asset that needs to come online very quickly, but there's a lot of confusion and misinformation about exactly how this is going to be rolled out. So I want to try and kind of explain that. I'm going to get straight into the video right now, looking at the TVL of Cardano, which is actually, really good news, right? So obviously prices, I'll get onto that in a second, not looking great right now for everything, every risk asset. But looking at TVL, the ecosystem on Cardano is delivering exactly what they said they would, which is a slow and steady rise of the amount of applications, exchanges, lending protocols, all starting to come online right now. If we were still in a bull market, people would be going crazy about this stuff, but we are where we are. So we look at the TVL on Sunday Swap. Obviously, this is the top DEX, but we've actually just had Minswap come online, and they've actually pretty much just overnight added almost $40 million worth of TVL to the system. Now we can look at the TVL in Cardano going up. TVL and a lot of other chains is kind of coming down because they peaked a little bit earlier than Cardano. They actually peaked during the bull run, and Cardano, in typical Cardano fashion, is kind of peaking later than everyone else, seemingly in a bear market, which is quite funny and very Cardano, if I may say so. But we have a ton more applications coming online right now. It is kind of fortunate or unfortunate, depending on how you look at this, whereas all of the applications that they said would launch are pretty much launching, but it's during a bear market, and so prices are depressed. You can see that as a bad thing, or you can see it as an opportunity. It really depends who you are and your kind of time scale. Just want to come to the price of Cardano. We're at 82 cents right now. There is such a dichotomy and a divergence between what's happening fundamentally with Cardano and then the price. Now, we all know that prices of risk assets, which crypto is, it's a speculative risk asset. We have to put that in. The reason why I say speculative is because a lot of the price of these assets is basically a price for future potential and not actually what is value right now. So you're seeing a lot of rotation out of speculative assets where a lot of the value of the asset is speculation on possible future growth and not specifically value that is, obviously happening right now. And then obviously further to that is what's happening geopolitically, which I'm not going to get into in this video, but obviously there is just absolutely no scenario right now where the price of any of these assets is going to kind of keep going up and reaching new highs, apart from potentially Bitcoin if some really awful scenario happens. I want to come to some blockchain insights for Cardano as well, because everything is up despite all of this uncertainty in prices. Before we get into that, these are some videos that I'm making for the Crypto Investor course. Everyone that's in the course already, these are coming on March 15th. This is the latest update to the course. All of these videos are basically Ethereum ecosystem updates. A lot of the scaling that's happening right now on Ethereum is absolutely amazing. And when we come out of this kind of bear market, these are the networks that are going to be taking advantage. So a lot of information and research for you guys in there. Some other new sections that I'm adding and some new videos. If you want to check out the Crypto Investor course before March 15th, the price does go up over time. I'll leave that linked in the description. But let's look at some Cardano blockchain insights. Again, ADA wallets. It's just a new all-time high every day. And the blockchain is not congested anymore. Cardano have come out with some upgrades and, it's absolutely fine in terms of that. What I want to look at is the total amount of smart contracts on Cardano. And again, you can just see these are up and to the right, which is obviously the complete opposite of what the price is doing. So you can look at Pluto scripts are really important because these are smart contracts coming. So this is taking Cardano away from a chain that you can just, stake ADA and get 4.5%, send some ADA around. These smart contracts are what is going to really increase the potential value for Cardano ADA. These need to keep going up, and they are going up all of the time. As long as these are going up, I'm happy to keep looking at Cardano as an investment because I'm a fundamental investor. And the reason why I dollar cost average over the long term is because geopolitical events, you cannot predict these and you have to invest through them. It's the only way. It's difficult, but it is the only way if you're a long-term investor. Otherwise, you're just going to get wrecked and you're in and out at the worst times during all of this uncertainty. Another update as well is Milkomeda, who are building out an EVM sidechain for Cardano. This is really important to get liquidity onto the Cardano ecosystem. This is coming along very well. You can see they've actually chosen a bunch of validators for their network right now. So Milkomeda is EVM compatible, that's Ethereum compatible. So EVM developers can launch their applications on Milkomeda, which obviously then goes to settle on Cardano eventually. You can see they're choosing 16 validators now. This will move up to 32 validators. This is not extremely decentralized. This is a brand new network, so you obviously have to start from somewhere. My own personal opinion is that the majority of end users in America, North America, and Europe don't actually care about decentralization as much as they care about permissionless usage, right? So with their wallets. What I mean by that is BNB is one of the biggest, most used chains, and it has 21 validators. Milkomeda will have 32 over the next, few months and years. So, it is what it is. You don't have to use it. You can use Cardano, but, some people are going to want to launch on here. So this is good news for Cardano overall. Like I showed you with the TVL as well, Minswap obviously just what they called bootstrapped liquidity. So they went through a liquidity event right here, and you can see total value locked, just up and to the right. So again, just a complete divergence of the price. Price is falling. The actual fundamental value is on the rise. So make of this what you will. If you're a fundamental investor, this is the type of thing that you look at and you dollar cost average over time with the price. Now I want to come on to COTI. Obviously launching Djed, which is the decentralized stablecoin. More information about this, because a lot of people are saying ADA will benefit the Cardano token, or potentially COTI will benefit in a way like Luna has. Obviously Luna, Terra Luna is the reserve asset for UST, which in itself is the most popular decentralized stablecoin, now about $14 billion in circulation. Now, the way that UST works is that the more people that buy UST, which is a stablecoin, basically Luna will go up in value more or less, because that $1 UST is used to essentially buy $1 of Luna. So that's how that works. So the more UST in circulation, the more people that buy UST as a stablecoin, Luna will do well, and it has done. Now, many people are taking that and then putting it over to COTI and saying, well, COTI is going to be the reserve asset for Djed, or potentially ADA will be the reserve asset of Djed, and that just isn't the case. So firstly, with COTI, COTI is its own blockchain, and it's a payments blockchain. So they are filling out ADA Pay, which is obviously with COTI, with a payment system, you need instant transactions. And so their blockchain is essentially built for instant transactions. Now, if you buy COTI, you're basically putting an investment into the success of the COTI blockchain as a payment system. There are many competitors to this, including very large-scale competitors like Cash App, who've implemented the Bitcoin Lightning Network. So if you buy COTI, you are expecting ADA Pay to be launched and successful in various regions, probably around the Africa region, because that's what they're going into. Now, COTI, you can put into the COTI treasury, as you can see here. And the COTI treasury is essentially a way for you to invest the COTI tokens that you have back in, and then benefit from the fees that people pay on the ADA Pay network. Now, that is not anything to do with Djed as a stablecoin. That's different. So the COTI network is a payments network, and if people use it and it's successful, people will pay some fees. Those fees go into the COTI treasury and are returned to COTI holders that are staking in the treasury. So that's very different from the base asset, the reserve coin that will be funding Djed, the stablecoin. So Djed is a stablecoin that will be put on the Cardano network, and its reserve coin, which you need a reserve coin, right? Because Djed needs some value to be attached to it. So when you mint Djed, you will actually be putting $1 into Shen, the reserve coin. Shen is not COTI, and Shen is not ADA. So neither of these will be used as the reserve coin. Shen will be used as the reserve coin. Think of this as like the Luna of the reserve coin. The difference here, though, is that if you read this, essentially the only investors will be whitelisted and they will be specifically qualified investors. Qualified investors is a term that you use in America to essentially mean professional investors. These are investors that have to go through certain steps. You have to have a certain amount of wealth, basically be a professional investor or somewhat institutional investor. So what I am gathering from this is that Shen, for the time being anyway, will not be listed as a crypto on the crypto market for you to buy and speculate on. So that means that essentially all of the potential reserve asset going up will not be available to be speculated on. It's going to be what looks to be possibly a private asset for now. Obviously, Djed and Shen is very new. I do not know whether they have plans to list it on the crypto markets maybe after a certain amount of time. But certainly what I would say now is that if you're looking at COTI or ADA, as a beneficiary in the kind of state in the reserve asset coin field, they're not going to be that. It's going to be Shen, and you're going to have to look to see if that ever gets listed as a crypto. What I can see by this essentially is they're going to be listing Shen maybe as a security. So it gets very technical with all the regulations, but COTI and ADA won't be the reserve coin for Djed. Obviously, I'll keep you updated if that changes, but Shen is really going to accrue a lot of value potentially if Djed succeeds. Also, Cardano has to have a stablecoin, and so Djed needs to come on very soon because there aren't any other stablecoins on the network. I don't know how TVL goes up without stablecoins, but they need that. If you want to check out the Crypto Investor course, these updates are coming March 15th, and the price does go up over time. Join the public Discord server as well. I'll link that in the description and pin it as a comment. I'm James with Money's EG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.